All right, joining me on the Holder Hangout is a good brother, and I mean a good brother, my fraternity brother from Kappa Alpha Psi, Ryan Clark, former NFL player, now NFL analyst. What's up, New?
Man, nothing, man. Just down here, man, just continuing to work. For me, it's about how much you can do in a very short period of time.
Yeah.
Because eventually, man, I need to relax, man, go hang out with the wife.
Got you. So, I always knew that you had some type of journalism or television in you because when we interviewed you, when I was part of the Washington Redskin Media Corps, you always gave us good quotes. But where did you get the bug to say, you know what, I want to start doing it as an analyst role?
I think it kind of happened because it became a thing that was a possibility.
Okay.
To be honest, I mean, even when I was in college, Mike Barnett, who was the sports information director at LSU, he would always come get me when we lost. Right, I didn't always do it for every win, but I always spoke after every loss because he knew I'd say the right thing and he understood that I could handle myself. And so that was kind of where I started to learn those things. And then once you can start being yourself a little bit, now you can add some charisma, some personality, to what you're doing. I think it was probably 2009. Got an opportunity to go on. It was Cold Pizza at the time.
Okay.
I think it was.
Okay, yeah.
I got an opportunity. No, it might have been First Take, but I can't remember. But I got an opportunity to go on a call, and I was like, "Hey, y'all should bring me on. Let me debate Skip."
Right.
I got an opportunity to do that. It went pretty well, and then kind of from there it grew. But I was a mass comm major.
Yeah.
But I was in sports information.
Got you.
So I actually wanted to do Barnett's job, right? And so because I looked at it as if that's the man always coming to get me, right? That's the face they always see. And he would always walk over with me. Imagine my opportunities with a young kid from New Orleans that looks just like me, that I'm getting to walk over with him and be able to say, hey man, look, when you get up there, here's what you got to say. Here's how these people will approach you. And so I always thought that would be cool for them to see somebody like me be that close to him.
Mm-hmm. So now you're in the NFL, as far as analyzing the whole NFL, there's one topic out there that is very interesting, you being a defensive player. Recently, a Washington football player, Carson Wentz, had a booming hit on a defensive player, right?
Right.
And
nice.
Everybody was like, oh, it was nice.
Like, look, crackback.
Right, but if that was reversed, there would have been all type of penalties and everything like that. It's getting harder and harder and harder to play defense in the NFL, and I talked to some guys, and it's like, yo, it's stacked up against you. You now being an analyst, but being a defensive player, what's your thoughts on where the league is going? I know they're trying to protect quarterbacks, but my goodness.
Well, I think one, when quarterbacks started getting close to $500 million deals, like we saw Patrick Mahomes, you got to protect those guys. Nobody wants to go see the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love play. Nobody wants to go see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and watch Kyle Trask, right? And so that's the way the NFL looks at it. The NFL is about making money. It's about putting people into the stands. And I think quarterback and points do that. And so I see what they're doing, right? I see how they look at it. But you also have to realize the guys on the other side are trying to feed their families and build careers too. Grady Jarrett sacks Tom Brady, and they call a roughing the passer. That's an opportunity for the Atlanta Falcons to get the ball back, have an opportunity to win. That changes the game, that changes the season, that changes careers, that changes lives, right? You look at Chris Jones. He strips the ball from Derek Carr, falls off onto him to the side, scoops it. That happens in the same weekend. That does the same thing. And so I think when you look at it from that perspective, you understand the disadvantage these defensive players are in, not only in being able to make plays and win games, but in being able to build the stats and the cachet that says you got to pay me a certain amount of money, right? And so I think it's difficult. I think you have to make the adjustment, much like you had to make the adjustment on the unnecessary roughness when hitting defensive receivers. But I just don't necessarily know what they want these players to do in those high-speed type of moments when you're just trying to get the quarterback on the ground. And I think it's difficult. I think it should be reviewable. But I also think when you look at what happened to Tua Tagovailoa, it's a reaction to that.
Noop, thank you for all that you do, man. You represent us well, man, and thank you so much.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right.